I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Yuta Saros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the Bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Sonny. And before we get to the No Half Step in hockey coverage, first, let me introduce you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you learn everything you need to know about the show and what you're getting educated about the show. Click on that merchandise tab. Going to take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt, our pride logo t-shirt, all of our different special event t-shirts, and so much more. All the gimmicks you come to know and love and expect from Renegades of Puck are still available in our online store, whether that is socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, or so much more. Something like 88 different items with our logo on it. Best said, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this operation, so here's how you can support the Renegades of Puck. You can find us on X and Threads. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok as well. So please take just a second and give us a follow, give us a like, give us a subscription on any of those different platforms, whatever it is you prefer. Jump in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. YouTube, we sure could use your assistance right over there, and we sure do appreciate all of our new subscribers. So check us out by searching Renegades of Puck on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. That's where you'll find the latest episodes of Renegades of Puck TV, all of our preview segments, our recap segments, and all of our different specialty segments. We post them all there on our YouTube channel. Thanks to the Full Press Predators Network, the Full Press NHL Network, we have gone from local to global in 2023 and continued that momentum well on into 2024. So stick taps, love, and respect to everyone who's checked out the show and helped make us an incredible success in the podcast world. You can find us on Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon, several other platforms. Just search Renegades of Puck in your preferred platform today, and stick taps, love, and respect to everybody at the Full Press NHL Network for all of the hard work they've done behind the scenes to help make us such a great success. Venmo, that is how you can support the show financially. Just go to Venmo and search Renegades of Puck, or scan the QR code that is currently on your screen. Every dollar goes a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck, and we sure do appreciate each and every one of you for taking the time and helping us out with several different large projects over the last couple of years since we first launched this project. We always need the help, and we always need the support, and thanks to generous renegades like you watching and listening right now, we've been able to make some significant upgrades, and we sure do appreciate that. Stick taps, love, and respect. It means a lot to have the support from such a great audience out there. It's great to be in the trenches with each and every one of you. Now listen, I know it's time for the No Half Step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. At this moment in hockey history, we pause to recap the 2023-2024 NHL season for the Nashville Predators. We're going to do this in chunks of 5 games at a time, so here we go. It's time for the Rebirth Sports season recap.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to November 18th of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators were having a matinee showing versus the Chicago Blackhawks. Head coach Andrew Burnett deployed his line combinations in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist; Sherwood, Glass, and Evangelista; Trennan, Parson, and Sissons; Smith, McCarron, and Tomasino make up your fourth line. Your defensive pairings are Yossi and Fabro, Luzon and Carrier. Still no Ryan McDonough. Stastny getting his first opportunity of the season, and Barry now down there on the third pair, with Lankinen getting the very rare home start for the backup goaltender. We are just 26 seconds into the game, and it's Alex Carey off to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking, so we'll get that first special team scenario immediately. Lankinen would come up with a save on Perry. It would be the first shot on goal of the game. Then Trennan would put up an incredibly strong penalty kill shift and some good work out there. 2:33 in the first period. Lankinen comes up with a save on Foligno at 3:13. Lankinen a save on Johnson at the 3:38 mark. Soderblom comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg's first shot on goal for the Nashville Predators at 3:56 of the first period. Soderblom comes up with a save on Josi plus his follow-up jam. 5:56 into the first period. It's Kevin Lankinen coming up with a save on Donato. Soderblom back to work at 7:07 of the first period with a save on Sherwood plus the rebound follow-up by Glass. Some good back and forth and some good pace to the game here early in the first period. At 11:06 of the first, it's Hall pass to the slot. He cannot connect. He tried to outweight on the 2-on-1. Delay, throw the pass to the slot. Does not connect. There was a wide open net there on the play. Lankinen is able to survive this situation, then come up with a big save on Reichel just a few seconds later through some pretty intensely heavy traffic there in front of him. At 12:07 of the first period, Jakov Trennin's first goal of the season. We've been waiting on this one for a long time. It's a shot from the high slot off of the D, just enough of a deflection to make a difference. Parsons' screen also making a difference on this play for Jakov Trennin. Good to see him on the score sheet. His first of the season gives the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead here in the first period of Bridgestone Arena. 14:13 of the first period. It's Reichel off to the box. 2 minutes for holding on Parson. Parson again doing a really good job bringing the effort out there and staying on his skates. Lankinen comes up with a shorthanded save on Vlasic's breakaway, a really big moment early in this game. Parson loses the handle on the between the legs move in the slot, does not get the shot on goal. 17:12 of the first period. Perry's off the box. 2 minutes for tripping on Tomasino to the delight of the Nashville Predators fans at Bridgestone Arena. O'Reilly would catch iron on this power play before Nyquist would put the puck in the net for his second goal of the season. It was a rebound kick from the blade to the stick blade and in. This is good grease right here. This was a good hard-working goal. Nyquist, O'Reilly, both on each side of the blue paint working hard to get the rebound. It was Nyquist who was able to get to it first, and the good quick move to kick it to the stick blade was so good and slick that they had to go ahead and take a quick look at it, but obviously a very, very good goal. Highlight reel worthy grease on this one. Nashville Predators hold a 2-0 lead here on the power play goal by Nyquist at the end of the first period, out shooting Chicago 13-9. We are 1:30 into the second period. Lankinen coming with a save on Hall after Barry's terrible turnover, backing into his own zone, could not control the puck. At 1:48 of the second period, Lankinen coming up with a save on Hall. 4:42, Lankinen a save on Bedard. A choppy first 5 minutes between both of these teams. No pace at all. A lot of whistles. Soderblom comes up with a save at 5:47 of the first period on Stastny. It's the first shot on goal for Nashville in the second period. 6:33, Lankinen comes up with a save on Foligno. 7:20, Lankinen a save on Hall. 9:10, Lankinen a save on Jones with a big kick out right here, trying to get rid of that rebound all by himself. Soderblom back to work at the middle point of the period at 10:12. The Nashville Predators finally starting to get their skates under them in this period. They were into a defensive shell for the first 10 minutes, trying to protect that 2-goal lead. And Soderblom has to come up with a save right here. Luzon backhander, second shot on goal of the period, only for the Nashville Predators halfway through the period. 10:43, Lankinen a save on Reichel. 12:26, Lankinen a save on Donato's backhand. Post sealed very well on the short side, not allowing any scoring opportunity. But at 13:05, while the Preds are continuing to be in that defensive shell, it's Kurashev's third goal of the season. It's a rebound jam on Bedard's shot. Chicago's net front was just owning it on this play. Kurashev doing a great job. Nashville Predators did not do a very good job, especially Luzon in particular on this battle. Nashville still leads 2-1, 13:05 into the second period. 13:43 of the second period. Soderblom coming with a save on Parson at close range. Parson doing a good job getting in there for that scoring opportunity. 15:01, Lankinen back to work on Kuczynski. 16:20, it's Cole Smith getting the Nashville Predators an incredibly greasy goal, going to the hard area and getting the job done. His third goal of the season is a double rebound jam. The setup in the corner work by McCarron, then Tomasino puts the puck on the net, and then it's Cole Smith digging the first rebound opportunity out and then getting to the second rebound opportunity before anyone else could and putting that puck into the empty net. An incredibly good, hard-working effort goal by Cole Smith on this one for his third goal of the season, and also for the Nashville Predators, their third team goal, giving them a 3-1 lead and their 2-goal lead restored. At 16:55 of the second period, Perry off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping on Cole Smith. Smith. So Smith just scored the goal. Now draws a power play for his Nashville Predators. Soderblom comes up with a save on Forsberg. Glass brings the jam. Nashville Predators unable to convert on this power play, and the final minutes of the period go by rather quietly. Nashville now out shooting Chicago 23-18 for the game and leading 3-1. We flip over to the back of the sheet, and just like we started the first period, we start the third period with a penalty in the first minute against the Nashville Predators. 55 seconds in, Trennan's off the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. This came in the offensive zone, whipping around to try to get to the puck, but he whipped the stick recklessly, and we're all responsible for the stick out there on the ice. Lankinen comes up with a save on Jones. That is Seth Jones. Lankinen then comes up with a save on Perry, and another save on Hall. Lankinen standing tall on this particular penalty kill situation yet again for this Nashville Predators team. At 3:15, just after the penalty expires, Lankinen comes up with a save on Radish at 4:36 of the third period. It's Soderblom coming up with a save on McCarron. He used his head while he was down on his belly, kind of a cobra situation, and it ricocheted off of the post after going off of the mask of Soderblom. So McCarron making a difference in this game again. 5:08 of the third period. Soderblom comes up with a save on Luzon. 7:27 of the third period. Lankinen coming up with a save on Kurashev, plus a follow-up by Foligno. 8:53 of the third period. It's Soderblom coming up with a save on Sherwood at 10:38 of the third period. Soderblom, another save on Nyquist and his backhand off of the rush. Nashville Predators doing a good job of continuing to skate and push offense after being in that defensive shell that almost led to another blown 2-goal lead earlier in this game. At 11:03 of the third period, it's Lankinen coming up with a save on Foligno's jam off of Bedard's setup from below the goal line. Really good greasy scoring opportunity here by Foligno. He goes to the net hard and certainly is willing to compete, battle, and pay the price, and he did so in this situation. Lankinen gets the best of him, though. 12:15 of the third period. There's Johnson scoring his 5th goal of the season, with Corey Perry absolutely raising all kinds of hell with Roman Josi. They're in the blue paint, and the sharp angle shot goes off of Josi's pant leg and into the net. Lankinen never really had a chance on this one. Johnson's 5th goal of the season makes it 3-2 in favor of the Nashville Predators. Chicago's 2nd goal of the game. That with a little bit of life, the Blackhawks go back to work, and at 14:26, Soderblom keeps them in the game with a big save on Parson. We'd see the empty net scenario at 17:57 of the third period. It would take all the way to 19:49 of the third period before Cole Smith would get the empty net goal for the Nashville Predators. His 4th goal of the season, also the team's 4th goal of the game, giving the Preds a 4-2 win. And it would be Seth Jones and his plan to tie this game going all wrong as he tried to go spinorama with 6 skill in the neutral zone. He ends up having the puck stolen from him, and then Cole Smith just outworks his harassment from behind all the way to the empty net, stuffs it in, giving the Preds that 4-2 lead, and final is 4-2 as well. Preds outshoot Chicago 32-31. A very, very chaotic final 2 minutes of the game with the extra attacker, but neither team was able to take advantage of the scenario. It was just a lot of choppy play, bouncing pucks, and plays around the wall until the Nashville Predators got the empty net goal with 11 seconds left, and they get out of there with the victory on home ice at Bridgestone Arena, letting the crowd spill out on an early afternoon right there onto Broadway in the Music City area. It's going to be a hell of a party down there. So the Nashville Predators did what they have to do. They get a victory. It wasn't the prettiest game ever, but they led all the way through. They did not blow a 2-goal lead in this game, and that is fantastic news. Now, it's going to take a much better game, much better effort to beat their next opponent, the Colorado Avalanche. But for today, the Nashville Predators carry the victory 3-2 on home ice over division rival Chicago Blackhawks and avoid being in last place at the end of this weekend. That's going to do it for the Reader Sports Full Game Recap. Full analysis, stats, box score, and more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You give us 10 minutes, we'll give you the entire game, and you're going to want to hear this one. We go all the way back to November the 20th of the year 2023, and the Nashville Predators are welcoming the Colorado Avalanche for their first matchup of the regular season. Andrew Burnett deployed his lines in the following way. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist make up your first line. Parson, Glass, and Sherwood would make up your second line. Trennan, Sissons, and Foodie make up your third line. Smith, McCarron, and Tomasino make up your fourth line. It was Luke Evangelista with the healthy scratch in this game, getting a chance to reset, according to the head coach. Your defense pairings are Yossi and Faber, Luzon and Carrier, Stastny and Barry. UC Saros back in net for the Nashville Predators. We're 21 seconds into the game, and UC Saros coming with a glove save on Thomas Tatar, the first shot on goal of the game. 1:11 of the first period. Saros coming with a save on Rantanen. 1:13 of the first period. Nyquist onto the box, minutes for tripping, an outstanding penalty kill by the Nashville Predators, not giving up a single shot on goal against. At 4:47 of the first period, Georgiev coming up with a save on Philip Forsberg. I termed it the first real shot on goal. It was the second overall shot. The first shot on goal was just a dump in from the neutral zone. 6:27 into the first period. UC Stars coming up with a save on Colton's backhand. And no, this is not just a repeat. It is actually a second note. 7:17. Stars comes up with another save on Colton on another backhand. This time, though, the difference was Barry denying the rebound opportunity. A great active stick by the defenseman of the Nashville Predators prevents an easy follow-up scoring opportunity right there. At 11:45 of the first period, Georgiev coming up with a save on Sissons to 13:40. UC Stars comes up with a save on McKinnon at 13:42 of the first period. We're about to embark on a special teams bonanza like I have not seen in quite some time. At 13:42, Wood is off to the box. 2 minutes for roughing on Cole Smith. Cogliano is going to score his third of the season shorthanded. The puck goes off Roman Josi straight to Cogliano's blade. Easy finish at the top of the crease into the empty net. That's going to give Colorado a 1-0 lead. But then immediately after that, while the Nashville Predators are back on the power play, Barry is going to pick up a penalty, 2 minutes for interference. That's going to give us a 4-on-4 situation for 54 seconds. Georgiev would come up with a save on Parson at close range, plus his rebound jam follow-up. But then Colton is off to the box, 2 minutes for slashing. That's going to give us a 4-on-3 for 12 seconds. That leads to a 4-on-4 for a minute and 6 seconds before the captain, Roman Josi, gets called. 2 minutes for interference. At this point, I lost track of how much time. Let's just say it was overall a strong PK for the Nashville Predators. After we finish up with the special teams bonanza that went on for 6 minutes at 19:43 of the first period. It's Philip Forsberg with his 8th goal this season. He walked in and ripped a laser from the circle on the delayed penalty call. So it was a 6-on-5 goal. That gives the Nashville Predators their first goal of the game, tying the game up at 1 apiece. Philip Forsberg's 8th of the season. Nashville Predators outshoot Colorado in the first period 10-8. Goals in the final minute of period always seem to carry a little bit of extra weight and momentum. Let's see how this works out for the Nashville Predators. At 1:09 of the second period, UC Saros comes with a save on McKinnon. Saros immediately back to work at 1:21. Another save on Taves at 1:49. Another save on Colton. UC Saros standing strong here at the beginning of the second period. At 3:04 of the second period, Georgiev comes with a save on McCarron. At 3:55 of the second period, Luzon, his first goal of the season, is a long shot through multiple layers of traffic. O'Reilly, an expert screen right there at the top of the blue paint. The Nashville Predators back on top 2-1 on Luzon's first goal of the season. He's really been firing the puck a lot as of late, so it's great to see him getting one through all of that traffic and into the net. 5:13 in the second period. UC Stars coming with the save on Johnson. The rebound trickles just wide up the far side post at 6:03 of the second period. Stars with the save on Byram, plus his follow-up rebound jam. 6:45. Georgiev back to work. This time save on Forsberg. 6:56. Stars a save on McKinnon. Up and down, back and forth. Good offensive opportunities for both teams right here in the middle portion of the second period. But it would be at 8:55 the second when Taves would get his third goal of the season. It was a long shot with another expert level screen set. UC Saros didn't have much of a chance on this one. Game was tied at 2 apiece on Taves' third goal of the season. We're at the 9:54 mark of the second period, right here at the middle of the game, and it's Johnson off the box, 2 minutes for tripping. Georgiev would come up with a save on Parsonen during this power play opportunity for the Nashville Predators, but that would be all they would be able to generate. At 13:05 of the second period, it's Smith off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping, and before he could even sit down in the seat, Nichushkin has his 7th goal of the season, just a perfect deflection of Cale Makar's long shot, just execution from face-off win to long shot to deflection and traffic in front. Nichushkin's 7th goal of the season gives Colorado a 3-2 lead. The Nashville Predators were looking good just a couple of minutes ago, and now they are down by 1 goal at home at Bridgestone Arena. At 16:08 of the second period, Georgiev comes up with a save on glass. We go to the backside of the sheet, and we find at 17:58 of the second period, it's Foodie off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping, got caught standing still. Can't use that speed when you're not moving your feet. UC Saros comes up with a big save on Nichushkin, comes up with another save on McKinnon, and the Nashville Predators are able to survive this shorthanded situation, sending things over to some 5-on-5 hockey and a clean sheet in the third period. Now the shots on goal after 40 minutes of regulation. Colorado with 22. The Nashville Predators sitting at 16. 12 seconds into the third period. It's UC Saros coming up with the save on Jonathan Drouin. 19 seconds into the third period. Saros comes with the save on Ryan Johansson's redirect. Ryan Johansson back at Bridgestone Arena for the first time. 1:08 of the third period. Saros another save, this time on Rantanen. And so UC Saros, again, another big sequence, standing tall for the Nashville Predators at 3:14 of the third period. It's Georgiev coming up with a save on Tomasino from the bottom of the face-off circle. Good job by Phil Tomasino driving to the net. At 4:09 of the third period, it's UC Saros coming up with a save on Manson. 5:12. Georgiev, a save on glass. 6:05. Georgiev, a save on O'Reilly. 8:29. Georgiev comes up with a save on Nyquist, deflection of Forsberg's backhand after Forsberg went around behind the net below the goal line and was looking to generate the offense. That world-class distribution service known as Philip Forsberg looking to set the play up. Georgiev comes up big with the save on Nyquist's deflection. 11:16 of the third period, Georgiev comes up with another save on Yossi's big heavy shot. At 13:30 of the third period, it's Rantanen off the box, 2 minutes for tripping. We would have to see Georgiev come up with some big saves right here. Both of them would take place against glass. The Colorado Avalanche are able to sustain during this penalty kill situation. At 18:38 of the third period, Georgiev comes up with a save on Yossi in the 6-on-5 scenario with the empty net. Then at 18:52, another save on Colton Sissons. At 19:19, another save on Colton Sissons. But at 19:22 of the third period, it's Philip Forsberg with the extra attacker batting the rebound out of the air and into the back of the net. Incredible hand-eye coordination right here by Philip Forsberg. His second goal of the game, his 9th goal of the season. And the Nashville Predators with UC Saros on the bench and the extra attacker incredibly come back against the Colorado Avalanche and tie the game at 3 apiece. The Nashville Predators with the 6-on-5 attacker were working so incredibly hard and had so much pressure on the Colorado Avalanche. It just felt like they had to score before the end of this scenario. So we drop the puck for a brand new game, and it's just 16 seconds later, 19:38 of the third period with 5-on-5 hockey, that Yakov Trenin is scoring his second goal of the season. He's bringing the rebound jam after a hard forecheck forces a turnover. Georgiev gets a little bit twisted around. Trenin puts his second goal of the season into the net, giving the Nashville Predators a 4-3 lead in the third period. Just 16 seconds from tying the game to leading the game, and Yakov Trenin is going to get your game-winning goal. The Nashville Predators will win this game 4-3. They will outshoot the Colorado Avalanche 31-28, and an incredible game. Ryan Johansson's return to Bridgestone Arena, very nice tribute video, and an incredible effort overall by this Nashville Predators team. They may have been largely outplayed in this game. You could say they were probably outplayed for about 58 minutes of it, but what they were able to accomplish with UC Saros on the bench and the extra attacker on just an onslaught of offense, keeping pucks in at the blue line and keeping control of the situation. Forsberg and Yossi and O'Reilly all just doing incredible work out there, keeping the Nashville Predators alive in this one and ultimately scoring that goal. And then the bottom six, some of the role players going out there and bringing the jam, perhaps catching the Colorado Avalanche put their heads down for just a second in the NHL. That's long enough to force a turnover and to end up losing a game. The Nashville Predators come away with a 4-3 victory at Bridgestone Arena. Truly one of the most exciting regular season games you've seen in quite some time in the rink, and for the Nashville Predators, easily the best comeback they've had so far this season. That's a signature win against a really good Colorado Avalanche team. Preds win 4-3, outshoot the Avs 31-28 in their first meeting of the regular season. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You gave us 10 minutes. We gave you the entire game. Stats, analysis, and so much more coming up next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions. It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to November the 22nd of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators welcoming the Calgary Flames for the second of three meetings this regular season, the first taking place at Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Andrew Burnett deployed his line combinations in the following way. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist has become the customary first line as of late. Sherwood, Parson, and Luke Evangelista back in the lineup. Trennan, Sissons, and Foodie, Smith, McCarron, and Tomasino make up your fourth line. McDonough back in the lineup. Yossi is his partner for this game. Luzon and Carrier remain together as they've been successful as of late. Stastny and Barry are the third pair. UC Saros gets the start in net for the Preds. 31 seconds into the first period, it's Markstrom coming up with a save on Philip Forsberg, the first shot on goal of the game. At 1:38 of the first period, we are already off to work. Stastny off to the box. 2 minutes for holding the stick. We're going to see Colton Sissons, though, score a shorthanded goal for the Nashville Predators. It's going to come off of the rush. The captain, Roman Yossi, is going to set the play up perfectly with a pass to the slot area for Sissons to finish off, giving the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead on the shorthanded goal in the first couple of minutes of the period. The Nashville Predators would go on to kill off the rest of the power play successfully. 4:32 of the first period, UC Saros comes with a save on Hannafin, plus multiple rebound chances. It was a flurry of shots right here by the Avalanche, but the Avalanche, or the Calgary Flames, would follow up 4:46 when Hannafin would score his fourth goal of the season, crashing the slot. He was not picked up by anybody, found himself some quiet space and finishes easily, tying the game up at 1 apiece. Nashville and Calgary tied at 1 goal apiece. At 6:21 of the first period, it's Pospisil off to the box, 2 minutes forward tripping. Markstrom's coming up with the save on Luke Evangelista's doorstep jam, then coming up with another save on Tomasino, plus the rebound by Parsonen. All three young Nashville Predators players getting power play time and great scoring opportunities here in the first period. At 8:28 of the first period, UC Saros comes with the save on Nazem Kadri, plus the follow-up by Gilbert at 9:52 of the first. It's Markstrom coming up with a save on O'Reilly at close range. At 11:23, though, O'Reilly would respond by scoring his 9th goal of the season, giving the Nashville Predators a 2-1 lead over the Calgary Flames. It was a rebound put back. McDonough takes the shot from out high off the soft back wall, gets the good rebound, and it's O'Reilly there with the jam, putting the puck in the net. His 9th goal of the season for the Nashville Predators. 11:55 of the first period, Kadri hits the post after a turnover at the blue line. A terrible east-west pass by the Nashville Predators leads to an easy scoring opportunity for Kadri. The only thing that prevented him from putting the puck in the net was that it was not accurate. 12:03 of the first period, Sarskin with a save on Dubé at 13:34. Markstrom with a save on McCarron's redirect. Michael McCarron again doing a good job getting a scoring opportunity. 14:28, Sarskin with a save on Pospisil, plus a follow-up by Dubé. 14:56 of the first, Saros comes with a save on Coleman at close range. At 16:03, Markstrom's coming with a save on Smith, plus the rebound jam by McCarron. Calgary Flames would not like this jam by McCarron, and McCarron and Gilbert would end up in a good, healthy scrap there. Would go off to the box 5 minutes each for fighting. At 18:56 of the first period, Markstrom comes up with a save on Forsberg. In 19:39, Markstrom one more save on Cole Smith. The end of a very, very active first period finds the Nashville Predators with a 2-1 lead and out shooting Calgary 16-13. We're 1:15 into the second period, and it's Markstrom coming up with a save on Luzon. 2:54 of the second period. Markstrom comes up with a save on Yossi. 4:05. Markstrom a save on Luke Evangelista. Nashville Predators controlling the pace of play and getting the only scoring opportunities the first few minutes here of this second period. 5:37 is when UC Saros would have to check back in. He come up with a save on Cadre's heavy shot. It was the first shot on goal for the Flames in that period. 6:28 of the second period. Luzon's off to the box. 2 minutes for boarding. Initially, I thought it was going to be called boarding. It was actually ruled to be tripping, and then Luzon and Zadorov are going to have a go. 5 minutes each right here. What got the whole kerfuffle started was the contact behind the net on UC Saros, and it really wasn't that bad of a contact. It was Pospisil on the contact, and then the follow-up hit by Luzon trying to get some payback for his netminder, and then Zadorov stepping in to get payback. It was really just a complicated sequence. It ends up with the Calgary Flames on the power play. UC Saros ends up going up with a save on Ruzicka, and that would be it for the Calgary Flames on that power play. At 8:36 of the second, Markstrom comes up with a save on McCarron's backhand. So again, Michael McCarron involved in at least 3 scoring chances already in the first half of this game. 9 minutes into the second period, Markstrom comes with a save on Yossi. 9:15 of the second, Saros comes with a save on Hannafin. 11:37 of the second period, Saros comes with a save on Huberdeau. Strong positioning, comes out well above the crease in the blue paint. UC Saros doesn't usually travel that far, but he did a good job making his smaller frame a lot bigger on this Huberdeau opportunity. 12:15 in the second period, Markstrom comes up with a save on Cole Smith. At 15:28 of the second period, it's going to be Coleman off the box. 2 minutes for tripping. Markstrom going to come up with a save on the captain, Roman Yossi, while the Flames are shorthanded. And Markstrom's also going to come up with a save on Forsberg. This would be the Predators' 30th shot on goal of the game already here in the second period, still with time on the clock. At 19:04 of the second period, Sherwood's off to the box. 2 minutes for holding. It would be Markstrom, though, having to come up with a big save shorthanded on Cole Smith on a 2-on-1 opportunity with Colton Sissons. That's right, a shorthanded 2-on-1. We hit the intermission. The Nashville Predators out shooting the Calgary Flames 30-17, and there's a carryover of the power play for the Flames of 1 minute and 4 seconds into the clean sheet of the third period. Nothing would happen during that final minute and 4 seconds of the PK for the Nashville Predators, so we go to 3:41 of the third period, and Markstrom comes with a save on Yossi. Sherwood starts a scrum after the whistle at 4:05 of the third period. It's UC Saros coming up with a save on Hannafin at 5:40 of the third period. It's Saros coming up with a save on Sharon Govich at 6:35 of the third. It's Markstrom with a save on Yossi. 7:16, Saros comes with a save on Uyghur, and then at 8:34, Markstrom is coming up with a save on Yakov Trenin. Markstrom finds himself well out of position on this sequence, but is able to recover and do just enough to keep the Nashville Predators from scoring another save on Roman Yossi before the end of the sequence. And then a wild sequence at 11:56 of the third period. It's Alex Carrier getting his first goal of the season. That doesn't sound such a wild, complicated sequence, but let me tell you how we got to this goal. Philip Forsberg drives the net. His initial shot goes off of Markstrom. The rebound goes up in the air behind the net, where Forsberg sort of gloves the puck, but sort of tosses the puck over the net, and he tries to reach around from behind the net with his stick and tip it in. Unable to do so, Markstrom and Uyghur end up kicking the puck out. Carrier picks it up immediately, throws it to the empty net, while everyone is in a bit of a stunned confusion over what Forsberg had just done. Now, the officials originally ruled this to be a good goal, and then it is challenged by the Calgary Flames. It is upheld after review, so Alex Carrier gets his first goal of the season. The Nashville Predators have a 3-1 lead, and just an incredible sequence right there. Philip Forsberg almost pulling off what would have been one of the more unique, otherworldly goals that we've seen, and we've seen him do some pretty special things. So we see a delay of game penalty, of course, on Calgary for the failed challenge. So on the Preds power play, Philip Forsberg ends up picking up a penalty, 2 minutes for tripping. So we'd see a 4-on-4 for a minute and 20 seconds. The Calgary power play would then generate for 40 seconds. Saros would come with a save on Pospisil at 15:36. Coleman would off the box, 2 minutes for holding. That's where we find Parsonen scoring his third goal of the season. It was a redirect at the top of the crease of Tomasino's incredibly accurate, great pass. Good hockey all the way around. Some really high skill by the young Nashville Predators on this one. Parsonen's third goal of the season gives the Nashville Predators a 4-1 lead here in the third period. Another wild sequence at 18:21 of the third. Uyghur's off to the box. 2 minutes for holding, but he's also getting a penalty shot called against him on the delayed call. He ends up throwing his stick on the 2-on-1. The thrown stick actually does break up a great scoring opportunity for Sherwood. That's why Sherwood is awarded the penalty shot. Sherwood ends up being stopped by Markstrom, unable to score right there, but Nashville Predators are still awarded a power play because of the delayed call before the penalty kill. Unfortunately for the Nashville Predators, Tyson Barry's out there trying to razzle-dazzle and kind of makes a fool of himself, falls down, and gives up a shorthanded breakaway to Sharangovich, who scores his fourth goal of the season. Nashville Predators lead 4-2 now in the third period. They'll close this game out on the power play. Your final score is 4-2. The Nashville Predators with an incredible 46 shots on net in this game to Calgary's 26. For the Preds, 46 shots on goal pace is well above their regular season average so far this season. And for the Predators, this was a very, very good, strong game on David Poile night in front of the former general manager on the night where they honored him at the rink. It was great to see the Nashville Predators come out and put up such a good, strong performance in this game. UC Saros was strong, did not have the heaviest workload in this game, but he was still very strong in this one. And Philip Forsberg, again, continues doing things. O'Reilly continues doing things. And this Nashville Predators brought a really good high compete level in front of a really good full crowd on Thanksgiving Eve. We sure do appreciate you checking out the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You gave us 10 minutes. We gave you the entire game. Back more with the Renegades of Puck podcast after this. It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to November the 24th of the year 2023 when the Nashville Predators were in St. Louis to take on the Blues for the first time this season. Head coach Andrew Brunette deployed his lines for the post-Thanksgiving matinee in the following way. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist make up your first line. Sherwood, Parson, and Evangelista make up your second line. Trennan, Sissons, and Foodie. Smith, McCarron, and Tomasino on the fourth line. McDonough and Yossi, Luzon and Carrier, Stastny, and Barry are your defensive pairings, and Kevin Lankinen gets the start in net for the Nashville Predators. And we start at 1:20 of the first period with Kevin Lankinen coming with a save on Krug. Gets the first shot on goal of the game at 1:47 of the first period. It's Hofer coming with a save on Evangelista, the first shot on goal for the Nashville Predators. At 2:10 of the first period, Hofer makes a save on Sherwood. 3:42, Lankinen comes with a save on Thomas' backhand attempt at the 5-hole. He shuts it down. 4:44 of the first period, Lankinen comes up with a save on Saad. Squeezes the rebound while falling backwards. Tough save right there. 5:23 of the first period. It's Lankinen coming up with a save on Kapanen. A solid pace and transition to this game early on. Certainly no feeling out period between these two for the first meeting of the season. At 6:57 of the first period, we have our first goal of the game. It's Philip Forsberg. His 10th goal of the season gives the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead. It was Luzon's long shot. It trickled through Hofer and was pounced on by Philip Forsberg before anybody else could find it. Good goal, 10th of the season for Philip Forsberg. And the Nashville Predators lead 1-0. We had 7:24 of the first period. It's Jakub Trennan, his third goal of the season, making it 2-0 for the Nashville Predators. It's a backhander that trickles through and is pushed over the line by Hofer's pad. It was reviewed by the officials, not challenged by the Nashville Predators, and it was deemed to be a good goal. Trennan's third of the season gives the Nashville Predators a 2-0 lead in the first period in St. Louis. At 7:50 of the first period, we've got our first penalty of the game. It's Ryan McDonough. He's off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. We would see Lankinen come up with a save on Pernovich, and we would see Lankinen come up with a save on Thomas and one more on Shen before the end of the penalty kill at 11:46. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Hofer a save on Sherwood. Then in 13 minutes, Hofer another save on Trennan. 13:25 of the first period. It's Luzon versus Shen. 5 minutes each. Late hit on Yossi got Luzon a bit upset, and they settled it with the fists at 13:53 of the first period. It's Luke Evangelista's second goal of the season and gives the Nashville Predators a 3-0 lead here in the first period. It was an open net finish after some incredible puck movement and passing by Sherwood and Carrier to find Evangelista wide open with the open net, and a 3-0 lead here in the first for the Nashville Predators. 14:46 of the first. Hofer comes up with a save on Forsberg at 16:32. St. Louis on the board. Bukanovich's 7th of the season gives the Blues their first goal of the game and makes the score now 3-1, still in favor of the Nashville Predators. It was a bar down redirect with heavy battle all around. St. Louis was owning the net front in this scenario, and this goal would give St. Louis quite a bit of momentum, some jets on their skates for the next couple of shifts. 17-13 in the first. Lankinen coming with a save on Kyrou, plus the follow-up by Tropichenko at 17-30. Nyquist does get a chance to hit the iron off of the rush. 18-17, Lankinen right back to work. That was save on Krug. 19-18, Lankinen a save on Parayko. And St. Louis is just controlling the play. All the Nashville Predators were able to do over the final couple of minutes was basically dump the puck and go for changes. We hit the end of the first period. What seemed like a comfortable 3-1 lead. There's not so much so with St. Louis really grinding away at the end of the first period. St. Louis outshoots Nashville 18-14 in the first. Physical start to the second period on the clean sheet by the St. Louis Blues. They are certainly imposing their will from the end of the first to the beginning of the second, but at 2:45 of the second, it's Stastny for the Nashville Predators scoring his first goal of his career. It was a wrist shot from the slot, a great read to jump in the middle of the play on the rush right there, gets himself wide open and uses the Evangelista feed to then use a look-off pass, but then opts to shoot and puts the puck in the net for his first career goal, giving the Nashville Predators a 4-1 lead. At this point, a goaltending change for the St. Louis Blues. Hofer is out and Binnington is in net. At 3:04 of the second period, it's Alexandrov off to the box, 2 minutes for interference. We would see Buchnevich then off the box, 2 minutes for hooking. This would lead to a 5-on-3 scenario for the Nashville Predators power play for 1 minute and 6 seconds potentially. O'Reilly would capitalize on the 5-on-3 with his 10th goal this season. It was a back post slam off of Philip Forsberg's great cross the top of the crease pass. O'Reilly converts right there, giving the Nashville Predators a 5-1 lead on the 5-on-3 power play goal. Now, this isn't officially a power play goal. It comes just after the power play expires, but it looked like it was at first. So Evangelista, his third goal of the season, just as the 5-on-4 expires. Tomasino did a lot of incredible hard work right there, setting up Evangelista for the finish right there on the top of the blue paint. And the Nashville Predators, as quickly as they can, score 3 goals in this period. They are now 6-1 after just a few minutes of play. We go to 7 minutes of the second period. It's Lankinen coming with a save on Parayko. At 8:03 of the second period, it's Buchnevich going to the box, 2 minutes for tripping on Ryan McDonough. Binnington comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg, then comes up with another save on Colton Sissons. Then we flip to the back of the sheet and we pick it up in the second period at 10:17. That's where we find Thomas scoring his 8th goal of the season, St. Louis's second goal of the game. It was a one-timer from the left circle, a lapse in the defensive effort by the Nashville Predators in their own zone. They kind of went to sleep for a couple of seconds here, and it only takes a couple of seconds in the NHL to find the puck in the back of your own net. So Thomas, opportunist right here with the one-timer, his 8th of the season, and that gives the Nashville Predators a 6-2 lead now in the second period. 11:56 of the second period, Lankinen comes up with a save on Kapanen with the D support, clearing the rebound out of the low slot area. Great job by the defense right there. 14:57 of the second period, Lankinen comes up with a save on Kyrou. 15:25, Binnington a save on Yossi. 16:33, Lankinen a save on Kyrou. Again, at 17:29 of the second period, it's Philip Forsberg's 11th goal of the season, giving the Nashville Predators a 7-2 lead. O'Reilly starts the play on the end wall with just the utmost patience, kicks the puck along to the half wall where Smith does a lot of hard work and then makes the pass to Philip Forsberg, who is set up for the snipe in the face-off circle. Philip Forsberg's 11th goal of the season, the Nashville Predators' 7th goal of the game, and it's still the second period. At 17:57 of the second period, it's Sundqvist off to the box, 2 minutes for high sticking. 0 shots on goal for the Nashville Predators, but I think they were just fine seeing the second period come to its conclusion. The Blues still out shooting the Nashville Predators after 2 periods, 27-22, but the Preds lead the game 7-2. On to the clean sheet for the third period. We're 1:15 in, and Forsberg is off to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. Lankinen has to come out with a big save on Neighbors, and then at 4:16 of the third period, Barry is off to the box. 2 minutes for interference. At this point, we would see Neighbors convert for St. Louis on the power play. His 5th of the season would be a tip-in while the Preds were scrambling and diving all over the place on the penalty kill. The Preds just unable to continue bending. They eventually broke on this one. Neighbors' 5th is St. Louis's 3rd of the game. The Preds lead 7-3. 3. At 7:12 of the third period, Lankinen comes up with a save on Toropchenko, and then the rebound follow-up. 7:52, Binnington comes up with a save on McCarron. That's the Preds' first shot on goal of the third period, coming 7:52 into the period. At 9:48 of the third, Blaze is off to the box, 2 minutes for tripping. 0 shots on goal for the Predators again right here, but again, I think they were just happy to see the time expire and come off the clock. At 12:38 of the third period, it's Sherwood scoring his 5th goal of the season. The Nashville Predators' 8th goal of the game, making it an 8-3 game. He just threw the puck towards the net, just sliding along the ice, and it just disappeared through 3 defenders, a goaltender, and it ended up disappearing into the net, stuck under the padding there along the ice. It was just a weird optic for a moment as the puck seemed to completely disappear. Everyone seemed to lose track of it. It's in the net. Sherwood, his 5th goal of the season. Preds lead 8-3. At 13:53 of the third period, Binnington coming up with a save on McDonough. At 14:21, Lankinen a save on Shen. At 16:06, we see Nyquist off to the box, 2 minutes for slashing. This was a retaliation penalty for Slewfoot. It was probably the second or third retaliation that finally got Nyquist called. He's off the box. Lankinen comes up with a save on Sundqvist. Lankinen then comes up with a save on Falk. He loses the stick, but he hangs in there, and that would be his final save of the game. The Nashville Predators would close this game out with an 8-3 victory in St. Louis. The St. Louis Blues would outshoot the Nashville Predators 39-35 overall in this game. So for the Nashville Predators, the most goals they have scored in a game this season, and they absolutely pounced on the St. Louis Blues. 3 goals in the first period, and then they added a bunch more in the second and closed this thing out. Every time St. Louis got some momentum going and did score a goal, the Preds were able to answer back with numerous goals. Philip Forsberg leads the offensive charge. There's so many different numbers and different things to get into from this game, but for the Nashville Predators, for the first time in a long time, going on the road and winning a game, successful in-division victory over a team that's ahead of them in the standings. That's highly important. We've got a lot of analysis. We've got so much to break down in this game, and the box score is going to take quite a substantial amount of time. So let's get into it. Coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. You give us 10 minutes, we'll give you the entire game. Let's go all the way back to November the 26th of the year 2023, when the Nashville Predators were welcoming in the Winnipeg Jets for their first trip to Bridgestone Arena this year. Head coach Andrew Rennett deployed his lines in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist; Sherwood, Parson, and Evangelista; Trennan, Sissons, and Smith, McCarron, and Tomasino. The reason there is a blank spot there is because the Predators are going with just 11 forwards in this game, going with 7 defensemen. McDonough and Yossi, Luzon and Carey, Stastny and Barry, and Luke Shen off of IR. He's back in the lineup. UC Saros gets the start against the red-hot Winnipeg Jets. We started 3:53 of the first period, and it's Brossoit coming up with a save on McDonough. It's the first shot on goal of the game, taking almost 4 minutes to get that first shot. 4:08 of the first period, Brossoit comes up with a save on Forsberg. At 4:42, UC Saros comes with a save on Nino Niederreiter. First save of the game for UC Saros. At 4:58 of the first period, Brossoit coming up with a save on Philip Tomasino. At 6:46, Saros comes with a save on Cole Perfetti with the kickout. 7:26, Saros a save on DeMello. And then at 7:33, UC Saros comes up with an incredible sequence. A save on Iafallo, plus his rebound follow-up, plus Scheifele after that, plus Morrissey after that. In total, 5 saves in 13 seconds, and not a single one of them was easy. All incredibly strong saves by the netminder for the Nashville Predators. At 11:17 of the first period, Brossoit comes up with a save on Luzon, with Forsberg setting the screen and the good traffic in front. 13:13 of the first period, Saros back to work with another save, this time coming up on Barron. 14:04, Saros another save on Schmidt. At 15:14 of the first period, it's Brossoit coming up with a save on Gus Nyquist. 17:25 of the first period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Connor at close range. Rebound control, incredible right here, managed to hold on to the puck as his body was falling over. At 17:37 of this first period, Brossoit comes with a save on O'Reilly. It was easily the best chance of the first period for the Nashville Predators on offense. At 18:50 of the first period, Brossoit coming with a save on Tomasino at close range. Philip Tomasino having a really good, strong start to this game. At 19:41 of the first period, with just 19 seconds to go, it's Yakov Trenin scoring his 4th goal of the season to start scoring this game and give the Nashville Predators a 1-0 lead. It was a rebound putback of Yossi Morrissey's shot that went off of the pad. Some would say that was an intentional redirect off of the goaltender's pad over to Yakov Trenin. It was so clean and so smooth. Trenin was able to just finish by putting the puck into the empty net for his fourth goal in 5 games. Yakov Trenin gets the Preds on the board first, and we know what they say about those goals in the final minute of a period. Always big momentum swinging goals. So for the Nashville Predators, who were outshot massively in the first part of the period, they end up almost tying it up on shots on goal. Winnipeg outshoots the Preds 14-13 here in the first period, but the Preds get the only goal coming with just 19 seconds to go. We flip over to the clean sheet of the second period. We're only 27 seconds in. It's UC Saros back to work, coming up with a save on Connor, but a minute and 25 seconds into the second period, it's the captain Roman Josi with his 4th goal of the season, giving the Predators a 2-0 lead. He throws the puck at the net from the half wall. It absolutely catches Brossois off guard as he just seemed to lose focus for just a second. Josi threw it through some layers of traffic, but the sharp angle from the half wall and just the toss towards the net seemed to catch everybody just a little bit off guard. Nashville Predators now have a 2-0 lead on the captain's 4th goal of the season. At 4:36 of the second period, Brossois coming up with a save on Nyquist at 6:10 of the second period. Nemesnikov coming up with a penalty 2 minutes for tripping. Philip Tomasino again out there buzzing all over the rink and getting the work done, earning this power play for his Nashville Predators team. And that's where Gus Nyquist goes to work, coming up with his 3rd goal of the season to give Nashville a 3-0 lead over the Winnipeg Jets. And now this was just a perfect redirect. Philip Forsberg's shot passed diagonally across to Nyquist for the easy redirect, and it was one professional redirect into the net. Preds lead 3-0 here in the second period. 7:22 of the second period. UC Saros coming up with a save on Scheifele's partial breakaway. A terrible line change by the Nashville Predators. I wrote bad line change here, but it was a terrible line change, leaving one of the most dangerous players on the Winnipeg Jets all alone for a scoring opportunity. UC Saros bails his teammates out right here in the second period. 8:29 of the second period. Sherwood off to the box. 2 minutes for roughing. Kind of a soft call, but it was a retaliation. Remember, you want to initiate, not retaliate. So a bit of a soft call for roughing here on Sherwood. We would see an excellent PK by the Nashville Predators. They would not give up a single shot on goal, and you got to credit to Gus Nyquist for the hard work that he put in during this penalty killing shift. After the power play is over for the Winnipeg Jets, UC Saros is back to work. 11:02 of the second period. Saros comes with a save on Appleton. 12:38. Saros comes with a save on Morrissey. At 13:12 of the second period, Saros comes up with a save on Connor. 13:43, Brossois gets a chance to go back to work. He comes up with a save on Cole Smith. At 14:33, we see Morrissey off to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. We see Nyquist hit the post. A golden and glorious scoring opportunity for Gus Nyquist and the Nashville Predators. On this man advantage, they could not convert. As a matter of fact, that would be their best scoring opportunity, as they would not generate a single shot on goal. No, the hit post does not count as a shot on goal. So Winnipeg credited with a very strong penalty kill over this course of this 2 minutes. 16:43 of the second period. UC Saros coming with save on Connor off of the rush. At 18:42 of the second. Brossois, one more save on Parson. We hit the end of the second period. The Winnipeg Jets continuing to put quite a bit of shots on net, now up to 23 for the game. The Nashville Predators only 4 shots on goal in the second period. Only 4, but they were able to score 2 times in the second period, extending their lead to 3-0. The Preds now 17 shots on goal through 2 periods. We are on to the clean sheet for the third period. 41 seconds in. Brossois coming up with a save on Trenin. Brossois then comes up with a save on Josi at the 124 mark. At the 229 mark, Saros comes with a save on Morrissey. We flip things over to the back of the sheet to see how this game works itself out. 2:47 now into the third period, and it's Brossois coming with a save on Gus Nyquist again. That pest Nyquist out there in this game. 6:07 after a couple of quiet shifts. UC Saros comes with a save on Iafallo at 6:17. Brossois comes with a save on Philip Tomasino. 7:16. Saros a save on Nino Niederreiter. 8:03 out of the third period. Brossois comes up with a save on Tyson Barry's long and heavy shot. At 9:55 right here at the midpoint of the period, it's Brossois coming with a save on Tomasino, plus his rebound follow-up again. Philip Tomasino was just buzzing in this game. At 10:28 of the third period, right after the TV timeout, it's Morrissey just finds himself suddenly in alone and gets a great scoring opportunity. He converts. How it unfolded was off of the rush, looking to make the pass across the zone. It was McDonough blocking the pass. The puck goes right back to Morrissey. Morrissey catches Saros leaning to the other side, following where the pass was going, and Morrissey ends up with an easy finish following his own play to the net. His 4th goal of the season gets Winnipeg on the board. third. 3-1 now in favor of Nashville here in the third period. At 11:04 of the third period, it's Stastny off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. That goal for Winnipeg did give them a little bit of momentum. Now they're going on the power play, and they are converting immediately as Cole Perfetti scores his 7th goal of the season, making the score now 3-2 in favor of the Nashville Predators. So Winnipeg 2 goals in just a matter of seconds. The wrist shot comes from the circle off of a cross-zone feed. The Winnipeg Jets just owned the weak side of the zone right here. The Nashville Predators just did not have enough defenders to help in any way, and Perfetti is able to pick his shot from the circle, and UC Saros is beaten on this one. But at 11:56 of the third period, UC Saros would come up with a save on the Mets. The confident 15-13 after a couple of quiet shifts. Saros would come up with another save on Nino Niederreiter in this game. At 15:33, Saros comes up with a save on Connor. At 17:25, UC Saros comes up with a save on Nemestikov again. At 18:49 with the extra attacker on, Saros comes up with a save on Morrissey. And over the course of the final minute, the Nashville Predators are able to bend, not break, with the extra attacker on for the Winnipeg Jets. The Preds took a couple of shots, took a couple of icings, but were able to keep Winnipeg largely to the outside. Highly competitive sticks in the final minute of the game. The crowd rising to their feet and knowing what's coming. The Nashville Predators at the horn win this game 3-2. A highly emotional game here in the third period. So the Nashville Predators scored a 3-2 victory on home ice. Winnipeg outshoots Nashville 34-27, and it was UC Saros in the first period keeping the Nashville Predators in this game in the first 10 minutes of it, and then the Predators offense coming alive just long enough to get a lead and then strapping in and hanging on like it was a roller coaster ride here for the third period. Winnipeg scoring those 2 goals to make it very interesting, and they had opportunities down the stretch. As you heard, UC Saros making plenty of saves there in the third period as the Winnipeg Jets go from 23 shots on goal to 34 shots on goal. UC Saros gives up 2 there in the third period, but Saros played a tremendous game, and the Nashville Predators beat a really good Winnipeg Jets team, but a really good and red-hot Winnipeg Jets team at this time in the season. Matter of fact, they were tied in points for first in the Central Division. You gave us 10 minutes, and we gave you the entire game. We call it the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap. We've got the box score, we've got analysis, we've got opinion, we've got stats, and so much more coming up next, right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. Thanks so much for joining us for the Renegades of Puck 2023-2024 Nashville Predators season recap. We're doing it in chunks of 5 games, so we sure to appreciate you jumping along on the journey and checking out each and every part. Remember, you can check us out at renegadesofpuck.com, check us out on social media, and we sure to appreciate each and every one of you for jumping in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Stick taps, love, and respect.